Welcome students. In 11th standards, all of you at first. Myself is Sir Borgune Usha from Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde Mahavidyalaya, Srigonda. Now you are in 11th standards. Okay, after that you are going in 12th standard. Which result changes your life? But before that, your base, which depends on this 11th standard. And you know very well that every exam, that is NEET, JEE, CET, etc., these all are depends on syllabus related to 12th and 11th standard. Now, we are going to start this syllabus of 11th standard. Actually, there are 14 chapters in subject physics, which having different weightage of marks. So, from that, chapter number first, whose name is Units and Measurements. Units and measurements, which having weightage of 1, 5, and with option it is for 7 marks. Okay, that means you have to study this chapter for the marks 7. What is in this chapter? Very basic, which you are using day to day life. Okay, when early in the morning or जेव्हा सकाळी आपण लवकर उठतो म्हणण्यापेक्षा उठायचं केव्हा हेच सांगितलं जातं, विचारलं जातं, पाहिलं जातं, ते म्हणजे टाइम. किती वाजता उठायचं, दिवसाची सुरुवात किती वाजल्यापासून करायची हे आपण आपल्या मनाला सांगतो किंवा आई सांगते उठ आता 7 वाजले 8 वाजले. म्हणजे हे 7, 8 किंवा कुठलाही वेळ हा काय दर्शवतो? टाइम दर्शवतो. बरोबर. हा टाइम कशामध्ये मेजर केला जातो? आपल्याला माहिती आहे 24 तासाचा एक दिवस किंवा अर्थ स्वतःभोवती रोटेट होण्यासाठी तिला वेळ लागतो 24 hours and it is rotating around the sun within 365 days. म्हणजे हे दिवसाचं कॅल्क्युलेशन झालं, तासाचं झालं, सेकंदाचं, मिनिटाचं, सेकंदाचं, हे सगळं कॅल्क्युलेशन किंवा वेळ मोजण्यासाठी आपण ठराविक एक युनिट वापरलं. काय युनिट होतं ते? तास किंवा मिनिट किंवा सेकंड. ओके, सो दिस इज द युनिट ऑफ मेजरिंग टाइम. असं प्रत्येक एक जी क्वांटिटी आहे, फिजिकल क्वांटिटी म्हणूया, ती मोजण्यासाठी जे आपण एकक वापरतो, जी स्टँडर्ड वापरतो, त्याला युनिट असं म्हटलं जातं. उदाहरणार्थ 5 किलो साखर आणा असं जर सांगितलं आपल्याला घरच्यांनी, तर आपण काय जाणार? दुकानात जाणार, दुकानदाराला मागवणार की 5 किलोग्राम साखर द्या, तो देणार, घेऊन येणार आपण. किंवा तेल आणायला सांगितलं, आपण काय म्हणणार? 1 लिटर तेल द्या. बरोबर. तेव्हा आपण 1 किलोग्राम नाही म्हणणं शक्यतो, आपण काय म्हणतो? 1 लिटर द्या, तेल द्या. बरोबर. किंवा दूध सुद्धा आपण कशामध्ये मोजतो? लिटरमध्ये. 2 लिटर दूध घेतो, 4 लिटर दूध घेतो, इत्यादी इत्यादी. किंवा याहीपेक्षा आपण जर आणखी मायक्रो पाहिले युनिट्स, तर आपण साधारणपणे सोने किंवा चांदी जेव्हा खरेदी करायला जातो तेव्हा सोने काही किलोमध्ये बहुधा आपण मागत नाही. कशामध्ये मागितलं जातं सोनं? तोळ्यामध्ये. त्याहीपेक्षा कमी म्हणजे ग्रॅममध्ये, त्याहीपेक्षा कमी मिलीग्रॅममध्ये. म्हणजे हे जे एकक किंवा हे जे स्टँडर्ड यूज केलं जातं त्याला आपण युनिट असं म्हणतो. सो व्हॉट इज युनिट? युनिट इज नथिंग बट स्टँडर्ड मेजर ऑफ एनी क्वांटिटी is called as unit. The standard used to measure the physical quantity is called as a unit. हे लक्षात युनिट म्हणजे काय एक स्टँडर्ड ठरवलं गेलं but it is not only by us but it is all over the universe. टोटल युनिवर्सनं हे जे काही युनिट आहे हे एक्सेप्ट केले सो इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड ॲज अ युनिव्हर्सल एक्सेप्टर और इट इज कॉल्ड ॲज SI युनिट सिस्टीम इंटरनॅशनल डी युनिट्स म्हणजे ऑल ओव्हर त्याला ॲक्सेप्ट केलं गेलं आणि म्हणून याला इंटरनॅशनल डी युनिट्स असं सुद्धा म्हटलं जातं. लक्षात आलं. नंतर exactly what types of systems are there? A system of units are there. We had already seen what is unit. Unit is nothing but standard used to measure any physical quantity. Quantity is called as unit. ठीक आहे. मग आता याच्यामध्ये जर लेंथ मेजर करायची असेल एक काय म्हणणार आपण एक मीटर कापड द्या बरोबर. लेंथ कशामध्ये मेजर केली जाते साधारण लेंथसाठी आपण काय वापरतो मीटर किंवा जर लॉंग डिस्टन्सेस असेल किती किलोमीटर प्रवास केला 200 किलोमीटर प्रवास केला 500 किलोमीटर प्रवास केला म्हणजे जर युनिट्स विच आर चेंजेबल और कन्व्हर्टेबल. किलोमीटरचं कन्वर्जन आपण मीटरमध्ये करू शकतो मीटरचं कन्वर्जन सेंटीमीटरमध्ये करू शकतो. दॅट मीन्स युनिट शुड बी कन्व्हर्टेबल इझिली कन्व्हर्टेबल. दॅट लेंथ आपण मीटरमध्ये मेजर करू शकतो. आफ्टर दॅट वेट किंवा आपण काय म्हणणार शुगर which is in suppose 5 किलोग्राम. ठीक आहे. नंतर आपण मिल्क कशामध्ये मेजर करतो लिटर किंवा मिलीलीटर. अशा पद्धतीनं हे जे युनिट्स वापरले गेले याला हे स्टँडर्ड जे वापरले गेले त्याला आपण युनिट्स असं म्हणतात. ठीक आहे. देयर आर टाइप्स ऑफ सिस्टम ऑफ युनिट्स. फ्रॉम दॅट फर्स्ट वन इज that is सीझियस युनिट. So, see here, first one is system of units. System of units. याच्यामध्ये काय म्हणायला लागेल आपल्याला first system of units is that is CGS system. What is this? That is nothing but centimeter, gram, second system. सेंटीमीटर ग्राम सेकंड सिस्टम. ठीक है. आफ्टर दैट सेकंड वन इज दैट इज MKS system which represents us that meter, kilogram, second system. Then third one is that is FPS. FPS. What is this FPS? It is foot, pound and second system. FOOD, foot, pound, second system, which was measured in the last centuries. Foot, pound and second system. These all are considered as SI system. Then fourth one system or this after this we are going to write fourth one SI system, that is nothing but system international unit or international system. या पद्धतीने त्याला संबोधलं जातं. हे सगळ्याच युनिट्स ऑफ सिस्टम्सला SI systems असं म्हटलं because it is accepted all over the universe, so it is called as international D units also. Okay. Then quantities. Which quantities are there? lot of quantities are there. Physical quantities. ठीक है, काळ, वेग, वेलोसिटी असेल, टाइम असेल, मोमेंटम असेल, फोर्स असेल, हे सगळ्या फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज आहेत. मग या क्वांटिटीचे युनिट्स मेजर करायचे आपल्याला. सो हाऊ टू मेजर इट? Before that, we must know what is fundamental quantities and units. Fundamental quantities. I have written here fundamental quantities. There are 7 fundamental quantities which are representing as basic units, basic quantities. So, in these 7 quantities, there are, suppose, mass, length, time, etc. Okay, but before that, what are fundamental quantities? Such quantities which do not depend on any other physical quantity for its representation, for its measurement. These fundamental quantities are those quantities which does not depend on any other fundamental quantity for its measurement, for its representation. Such quantities are called as fundamental quantities. Okay, that means it itself represents the unit or the measurement. From that, first one here, fundamental units. What are fundamental units? The units used for measuring the fundamental quantities are called as fundamental units. लक्षात येते? Fundamental quantity म्हणजे काय? The physical quantity which do not depends on any other physical quantity. Physical quantities for its measurement. Such quantities are called as fundamental quantities. What is then fundamental unit? Fundamental units, the units used to measure the fundamental quantity. What is fundamental units? The units used for measurement of fundamental quantities. Those are called as fundamental units. Then which are the fundamental quantities? Okay, in that first one, this fundamental quantities: length, mass, time, temperature, electric current. After that, luminous intensity and amount of substance. These 7 quantities are physical quantities. Then this length, SI unit is meter, its symbol is small m. Mass, SI unit kilogram, its symbol is small kg. Time, which is measured in second always, then this is S. Temperature, Kelvin, K, capital K. Electric current, which is ampere and A. This is given by the name of scientist. When there is a name of scientist, when we are writing this whole name, it should be start from the small letter when you are giving unit, and when simply you are writing K, then it is in caps lock. Ampere, electric current, ampere, its symbol is A. Then luminous intensity, अनुदीप्त तीव्रता, ही कॅन्डेला मध्ये मेजर केली जाते आणि त्याचं जे युनिट आहे ते CD, सिम्बॉल त्याचा आहे CD. अमाउंट ऑफ सबस्टन्स, स्मॉल सबस्टन्सेस जे असतात, केमिकल सबस्टन्सेस, त्यांचे जे काही मेजरमेंट असते ती मोल मध्ये मेजर केली जाते आणि त्याचं सिम्बॉल आहे MOL, मोल. सो दीज आर फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीज and its units. Now remember, there are 7 fundamental quantities. Okay, length, mass, time, temperature, then length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity and amount of substance. More than this, there are two supplementary units. Then which are those? Two supplementary units are there. From that, first one is plane angle and another is solid angle. Okay, so what is plane angle and solid angle? These 7 are the fundamental quantity. Then after that, two supplementary units are there. That from that, first one is plane angle. What is plane angle? This plane angle supplementary units. First one is plane angle. When the molecule or the substance is rotating circularly, then that arc, that arc made the angle at the center of the circle, that is nothing but theta, and that angle is measured by radian and it is called as a plane angle, and it is given by the arc length divided by the radius of the circle. That means, suppose this is the circular path, okay, and this is suppose center of the circle. Then this part covered by the circle. This is suppose theta. This is its radius r. Then this arc length, that is suppose ds. Arc length ds, radius is r. Then what is the value of this theta? So theta is given by ds by r. The distance covered by that particle, that is arc length divided by its radius. So this theta is measured in radian. So this plane angle whose unit is radian. Okay. When there is a circular path, then that time we have to measure the distance covered by the molecule in that time, that can be given by plane angle theta, and this is equal to ds by r. That is theta degree, which is in degree, that is ds by. Then solid angle. Next one more. Second one supplementary unit is that is solid angle, which is three-dimensional quantity. That means, suppose this is in this way, then this happens, that is a three-dimensional figure. Suppose it is in this way, okay, that means here one, this is 3D figure, and it is its area, that is dA. Angle is this theta. So what is this? It can be given by this solid angle can be given by d omega. It can be represented by d omega, and whose value is equal to d omega, which is equal to dA upon r square. So when there is three-dimensional figures, then this area divided by radius square, which gives us the solid angle. These are supplementary units. After that, what are derived quantity, which we are going to see now. We had seen already what is unit, fundamental quantities and units, fundamental units, then derived quantities and derived units. derived quantities. In this, we have to measure lot of quantities such as large number of quantities such as speed, momentum, then resistance, after that conductivity, etc. which depends on some or all of the 7 fundamental quantities. These quantities, for example, velocity, which depends on 1, 2 or more than 2 fundamental quantities. Then such quantities are called as derived quantities. The quantities which depends on 2 or more than 2 physical quantities, fundamental quantities, such quantities are called as derived quantity. लक्षात येते? Then lot of derived quantities are there. Except these 7 fundamental quantities, all the remaining physical quantities are derived quantities. Then now see first one. For example, velocity. Before that, the definition of this, you have to remember the quantities which depends on 2 or more than 2 fundamental quantity for its representation, for its measurement. Such quantities are called as derived quantities. Then, for example, velocity. What's the value of, what is the definition of velocity? Velocity is nothing but distance covered by time. Okay, what is velocity? That is displacement or the distance upon time. So we have to represent the unit of velocity. So what is the unit of distance or displacement? Displacement is measured in distance once again. So here displacement upon time, unit of displacement divided by unit of time. What is unit of displacement? Which is measured in length. Length is measured in meter, then time second. So what is unit of velocity? Meter divided by second. That means we have to write meter per second. Meter per second. Okay, one more here. Second one example, suppose momentum. What is momentum? Momentum can be written as P is equal to mass into velocity. P is equal to m into v, or mass into velocity. Okay, what is unit of mass? Which is in gram किंवा kg, kilogram. Okay, in MK system. And what is the unit of velocity? Unit of velocity is equal to, we have written here, meter per second. Meter per second. So meter per second. So you have to write this in this way, that is kilogram meter per second, or you have to write it in this way, kilogram meter second raised to -1. So this unit of momentum depends on kilogram, that means mass, unit of mass, then unit of length, unit of time. So these lot of quantities are derived quantity. Okay, so in this way, fundamental quantities, fundamental units, derived quantities and derived units. Okay, thank you.